Okay, Mo, are we still on the loading screen? What is live? I can't even see what is live. Chad. Okay, I think Rydall. Firstly, we want to welcome Rydall.
Welcome.
Thanks for having me.
Let's just get Rydall's mic a little bit closer. Is Rydall on mute? All four mics unmuted. Rydall, let's just do a test there.
That's ingenuous.
He's mute.
I can't hear him.
His mic is muted. Okay, Rydall.
Am I good?
There's
There
Rydall.
we go.
All right, Chad. It has been a rough start, and to say the least. So we had a power outage at the office. Another substation blew. We literally had to pack up the entire office. We are at my house. We're literally watching the chat on the TV. We've got Rydall. Rydall, firstly, apologies. We obviously had different plans for how we were going to run this, but that's the thing with life, eh? Nothing happens always as it should or how you plan it. So, firstly, just want to welcome you,
Thank you for having me.
and just want to give the guys quick breakdown. The last hour of your life, what was that like?
Sure. Last hour of my life. So I was basically sitting and editing a video in your office, and then the electricity went out, and I'm sitting like 12:30, like this is off time for load shedding. And then I asked Jeff, my bro, is it load shedding? And then he's just like, no, the electricity is out. So then I saw you guys started packing, right? And then we ended up here. So that is basically the hour. But what I wanted to say was, off camera, we just see you guys. We don't see what's happening behind the scenes. And seeing how organized, because sure to you guys it might seem like you guys are all over the place, running like loose chickens. But seeing how everything is well organized and how each one of you guys, from Caitlin to Mo, like all of you guys, okay, I have this specific thing. Let me fix this, get onto the, and that is how everything is set up so well, man. I'm impressed.
Hey, you know you're doing right if you get impressed, Rydall.
Rydall, I'm just going to ask you to always try and talk into that mic. Sorry, man. It's almost like a radio, so it's something to get used to. But Chad, it is something that we've been trying to put together. From last year, I was in discussion with Rydall's. Weirdly enough, Rydall has not yet been on a podcast, and off camera we talked about it, and I said, Rydall, this is now your chance to sit a little bit back. Let's say the focus is going to be on you. I've got a lot of respect for Rydall, and we're going to touch on that also, because what Rydall is doing, and I don't want to get too far ahead of me, it takes a lot. I've said it so many times on streams. It takes a lot of guts, and it takes some big coconuts on you. But we're gonna dive into that. But I think before we start, Rydall, and a lot of people don't really know Rydall before the YouTube, before the scam exposing, all of that. Just give us a little bit of a background as to the Rydall growing up, where you from. Just paint a little bit of a picture of the Rydall, the person that formed you to who you are today.
Okay, so Rydall, as you guys may know me, from Cape Town, Strand. I was raised by my grandmother, so that is basically the one responsible for the outcomes, this person that you see here today. But basically, primary school, good boy, high school, so a little bit of, how can I say now, peer pressure. And then after that, I went to go work at ShopRite. Then I started working at Spur. And then actually at Spur was where I got introduced to forex trading. And that is how I got into this industry. So I was studying at the time by Boland, and my whole idea was studying business management. When I'm done with this, I will use my tips that I've made at Spur to buy cheap cars, fix them up, and have them running as cabs, right? But then as soon as I finished, my cousin came along and he was like, dude, do you know about this 19-year-old guy? He drives a Porsche. He just bought a Breitling watch from me. And I'm like, what? 19? So expensive. And then that was when he introduced me to Jason Noah, right? And at that point, that's obviously my first, how can I say, impression of forex. And this is a 19-year-old boy. At the time, I'm like 20, 22, 23, and I'm just like, is this guy literally out earning me? So I would have to find a way to get into that, and that is how I got into the forex industry.
Sweet. And you've been in Cape Town your entire life?
My entire life.
Weirdly enough, when Rydall came here, I thought Rydall's been in Port Elizabeth before. He said it's his first time. We haven't even shown him Port Elizabeth. He's only seen the armpit of P. So most likely when he gets back to Cape Town, it's going to be like, no, Gareth Cliff was right. P is definitely the armpit of South Africa, but but Rydall, coming back to where things started with you, I know the story. I was one of the first guys ever to really see who this guy was. That started to be like a little bit of a thorn in the flesh, but nobody took you seriously. Where did things kick off with? Let's call it the Rydall Ficks social media, where you became the forex police, almost like the forex Rob of years ago. Where did that kick off? Give us a little bit. Give the guys that are new to the industry, give us a little bit of a backstory. I know it, but I really want you to share it.
Okay, so when I got into the industry, I started as every other forex influencer, forex personality start. You start with uploading analysis videos on YouTube, showing your skills, showing your withdrawals and all of that. And then somewhere down the line, something happened with a specific broker, right? And I realized that, and I'm very certain everyone here knows which broker I'm talking about, right? Then I realized that the public are so ill-informed about certain stuff, right? And that is where things basically started for me. So I delved into the FSCA investigation of that broker. I worked really closely with people that was closely affected by that broker. And the person that I'm like flat out talking about is Rydall. She's a lawyer as well. Shout out Rydall. Because without Rydall, the Rydall Ficks channel would not exist. Let's just... You guys have seen my live stream, so you guys know I get heated at times. I get mad. Because it's just a case of I go through all of this effort to compile the evidence, compile the story, show you what I'm talking about, but then I'm still being called a hater, right? And that really works on my nerves. So Rydall came to one day and she was just like, dude, you're going to end up in jail. Even though you're right, even though you're talking factual stuff, you're framing it wrong. This is how you should do it. And for me, I believe that is where my channel started, where I met up with her and she schooled me in a legal fashion that helped me put out content that wouldn't get me in trouble legally, but it also get the message across to people to be like, this is what you do look out for, this is what you avoid, And at the end of the day, so far, like you say, I've been overlooked, I've been trampled on, but then again, when I look at, like there's this other lady on TikTok, ADHD Forex Trader, right? She made a video right now of Rolio Jack that was doing signal reviews of another Forex trader, right? And this is what the general public do not see. When it comes to the exposing and having the hard conversation, right? I don't want to say I'm the guy that started it, because obviously, like you mentioned, Forex Rob, Coffeezilla, Stephen Cornelia, way bigger people than me. But when it comes to the South African context, no one wanted to have that hard conversation. No one wanted to be the guy that's like, you're a consumer, you have rights, learn your rights, and know how to stand by it. So, going back to Rydall, having met her, learning how to frame things properly and how to communicate what I'm trying to say properly, that just really helped form the channel and where we're trying to go, basically. So from a legal perspective, I'm always going to keep it.
So sorry, like Rydall, so the thing is, I don't actually know like your whole story, but like you mentioning now how you went from like the flipping or repairing cars, getting them out as cabs, like that almost entrepreneurship. How was it you went from that to like taking this stand, if you want to call it that, and taking it to social media, like deciding to start TikTok and YouTube, that, like you said, what made you take it to that platform and start doing what you did?
Okay, so first off, on platforms, I wasn't that well educated, but I knew that YouTube was the platform that everyone that had a message, they would run to YouTube, right? But concerning how did I get to exposing them, like I said, it started with the people that's ill-informed, right? So I would put out these videos that's explaining certain stuff that they are being caught up on and stuff that they don't understand that well, right? And I think that is basically where it kind of took off, because apart from the conversation of scamming, if you look at my videos through an educational lens, there's a lot of stuff that you can like learn from it, and people just took to that, and that is basically where it snowballed.
Let's say who was the first person you exposed? Let's start there.
Who was the first to come on your radar?
The first guy. Let's chat here. Yeah, here's the thing. We're not holding back here on anything. This is an open discussion. The views expressed here is not of any brand or broker whatsoever. These are the views expressed by us four. So let's just disclaim anybody there. We've got a right to have a view. We've got a right to talk about what we're going to talk about here. So before any brand or any person or anybody gets offended, let's just get that out of the way. It is four gentlemen discussing the industry. If you don't like what we're going to talk here, put off your YouTube now. But let's Rydall, it's an open table. Let's start with who was the first guy that got exposed.
Okay, so the first guy that got exposed, I like to call him Oros, man. Clint Fester. And the reason why I exposed him was because at the time I had a very small social media following. Less than 2,000. You would know this, but I'm just gonna say this out there for everyone to understand. Less than 2,000 followers. So for me, it was literally David going up against Goliath, and Clint.
Just to not even 2,000. When I saw Rydall the first time, we had 84. I'll never forget it. 84 followers on Instagram. And Clint Fester brushed him aside. Like, what is this guy going to do with 84 followers, not knowing that one day his YouTube channel will be bigger than his IG following and his YouTube channel. But sorry, I just want to put that out just to show the guys of the humble beginnings where it began. Yeah, so, and it's like you say, because Clint had the bigger platform, he felt that you could bully me, right? But with me, my vision was clear from jump. When you look at my videos, you will see that this was always my approach. I put out a video. If you respond, your response, I can guarantee you this, your response is going to give me ammo. Now you give me the response, I look into your response. And that is and this is what Clint always did. I make a video, he responds, he goes crazy on his, and I mean, if you, at the time, Clint was 37, I remember it very, very clearly, 37,000 Instagram followers. 84. How are you bothered by me? So that means I must be talking the truth. And this is, look, I've brushed it under the table because I don't want people to think I'm moaning. I don't want people to think I'm complaining, because very often people push me back with the conversation, oh, but you started exposing people, so you have to accept what comes with it. And I do, but when it gets to a point of I've exposed you and you don't want to accept it, you constantly giving replies, but with each reply, you burying yourself further. And then when you realize that you are finally 6'6", you want to send people to me. You want to post my address to your Instagram. You want to post a detailed description of how I look to your followers with the caption, there is, you guys can do to him what you please.
So interesting you mentioned that, Rydall. So you said now it felt like David going against Goliath. Did you ever have like any fears exposing these people, like anything that could happen to you and so forth?
I was actually going to say that's actually a good question. Like, I actually also wanted to ask that. Was there ever someone where you ever got into a situation where it's kind of like you bit off more than you could chew.
More than I could chew, 100%. I'm not going to sit here and act like that didn't happen. You can go on my channel and you will see perfectly what I'm talking about right now. So if you've been following, you know that I've had a Golf Mark 1, right? The car is gone. And the reason for the car being gone is because I was chased down in that car. And I didn't put it up on my socials because normally when you put something up and you've shown that you have successfully evaded the threat, then others will feel like, I want to see if you can evade me. And I'm not going to invite that type of energy. So I was chased down in that Mark 1. The Mark 1 had to be swapped out for a different car. And other than that, I don't want to say who sent those people because I know it's going to obviously... But it's Cape Town. It's Cape Town people. And then other than that, when I started, I would get messages of, oh, but this is your address. Don't forget we know where you stay. I would get lawyers' letters. Obviously, it's cease and desist, right? But if I'm sending you a cease and desist and I'm tearing your front page off, what message am I sending you? I'm telling you I can touch you. I'm telling you I can touch you because I'm sure if everyone here has dealt with the law to some certain extent, right? If you get served with papers, or if the sheriff comes to come give you your documents, he has to hand it over to you, not so? It's not about leaving it in between your door and your gate with the front page torn off, not so? So that was a clear message to me, and at that point, that was when some of my family moved closer. So I have family that's living like around the corner from me. And you know, it's not to invite the trouble, but should trouble arise, they're there. You know, I'm not going to fight with anyone. I'm not going to get into no physical altercation with anyone. Sure, if you come and approach me, we're in public and you try and do something, sure, I'm going to stomp you. But when it gets to that level of threat, I'm going to sit back. Will literally just alert my mother's family, and that's that.
Let's say, talking about that, do you ever feel when you go out in public, or that you almost try and, I don't want to say you're always looking over your shoulder.
No, I always am.
Okay.
I always am.
Because here's the thing though. If you, Mo, I don't know if we can frame this camera better. I'm sitting like you on the side. There's sorry, Chad. We're gonna have to do running repairs. If you saw how we got everything in here, it was chaotic. But also that camera today looks chalked again, but it's fine. We'll roll with it.
I must say, I think that's just like your TV.
I think it's my TV.
Look on the screen. We are looking a bit better.
Okay. So a lot of guys don't realize it was last year. My mother got shot in a hijacking, but long story short, it was a planned hijacking, all of that. And then all of a sudden there was that fear. Even now, people know, like, I helped my mother at her business, whatnot. Now you're driving and you're constantly thinking, okay, I can't stop too close to the car in front of me. Because the big thing with my mom is she works in dangerous areas, so she luckily did not park up against the car in front of us, so she reacted immediately. But now the same with you, it is now that case of I cannot just freely go into a public place because you never know who's lurking or who's watching you. So there is that case of, like, you rather stay at home, or you rather stay in safe spaces where you know the surroundings.
So when it comes to that, the first time that I realized that going out in public was going to be a challenge to me was when me and my lady first went to Grand West, right? I was walking, and the first person passed me, and this person kept looking at me. And, sorry, I'm the type of person, what you looking at? Do I have your shoes on? Did I steal your t-shirt? What you looking at? And the moment I turned around to be like, what you looking at? And this person could probably see by my facial, because immediately I go into defense mode. I don't know you from a grain of salt. I don't know you, right? And then this person steps up and is like, yo, you that guy from TikTok, right? And this is why I told you TikTok is more vicious than YouTube, because people remember me more for my TikToks than they do for my YouTube, right? So they're like, yo, aren't you Mr. Scam Exposed? Yes, I am. Cool. Can we stop for photo? Cool, no problem. We walk on. We pause the movies in Grand West, right? Another person comes. Done taking photo, done mingling. Look, when I meet people that support me, I'm going to stop for you. You take a moment to support me and to watch me, I'm going to be rude if I'm going to just walk away and just be like, nah, I don't know you. I don't need to, you know? So I'm going to show you that respect. I'm going to stop for you. When I came to the games, right? And luckily it was just me and my lady alone. When I came to the games, I heard his IP, right? And immediately I just felt my lady's hand on my shoulder and she's like, let's go watch a movie. Because she knows, like I said earlier, I don't know you. I don't know what you are working with. I don't know if you want to hurt me in that moment, right? And when we got home that night, I flat out told her, when we go out, if it's your Century City, N1 City, whatever the case may be, you and the kids will have to walk on one side of the aisle and I'm going to walk on the other side of the aisle. It just is what it is. Because if, and I'm saying this with the world's honesty, my bro, should anyone ever approach me with my children, I'm going to jail that day.
Yeah, weirdly enough, I'm not going to mention the guy's name, but I had a photo of my two kids on my profile picture. Also another, let's call it, you could say a esteemed trader, but somebody that's also got a big following. And he just said, bro, please take off your kids from your profile picture, because it says you get to a certain level where people will, for instance, say, I know where your kids are at school. Because especially last year, we rattled a lot of cages.
Facts.
We got into we ended a lot of guys' career in the space. We hurt their business, but not going out maliciously. Again, exactly with what Rydall is doing. We talked about it this morning. Whatever we're putting out is for the good of the community.
It's educational purposes.
Yeah, it's not for our own ego. So whenever Rydall puts something out, he does his homework. He goes through the facts, and if it's something that's going to hurt the consumer, he's going to talk out against it. The same with us. If somebody is hurting the trader, the trading community that we're trying to build, why should we sit on our hands and be like, oh no, we're not going to talk about it? Because again, if we don't talk about it, we're just as bad as the guys doing it, and we need to stand up against that. Not saying that, because here's the thing, we talked about it at the beginning of the year, and we said Rydall is doing a very good job of what he's doing. We're not trying to move in that space, but if something comes up directly to us, you better believe we're going to address it, we're going to deal with it, and we better move on. So for the guys out there, and I can promise you, there's a lot of the guys we've talked about watching the stream.
Facts.
Punching the air right now.
There's a few waiting to see if their name comes up again.
And can I tell you why they're punching the air right now, right? They're punching the air right now because what has happened for me is going to happen for you guys. No cap. When you look at it like this, right? I've put my trust with my content. I've put my trust not into mentors and advisors and stuff like that. I've put my trust into the community. I've always laid it bare. When there's times where it's like court cases and stuff, I would come and I'd be like, guys, things is getting hectic now. When it's time for like celebrated, sure we celebrate it, but at the end of the day, like you say, it's always for the good of the community, because when I started this, like I told Keeks earlier, the community wasn't that educated on, and I mean, when I sit on stream, but listen, if you want to sign up for a mentor, you can ask for 6 months to 2 years account history. That will give you a gauge to see, will I learn something from this person? And the moment I see that, people was like, what? I can do that? You see, so it's a case of...
It's weird how the mentors actually feel like they elevate themselves. Like it's almost like, how dare you ask me for my 6 months?
I was about to say, when you say that, they actually get offended that you ask them for it.
And it shouldn't.
But you asking that guy to pay you money, So you technically are working indirectly for that guy because he's paying you for a service. So you need to provide a proof of concept.
Let me break your head quickly, Chris. Me and you get into a fight. I have a very cool lawyer. What are you going to do? You're going to look into a lawyer that has won cases. You're going to look at the lawyer that doesn't take shit in the courtroom. You're going to look at the lawyer that is really diligent with his work. Better than my lawyer, right? Cool. When you get hurt right now, you're not going to go into any doctor, are you? You're not going to go, oh, here's a red cross with a white backing. This is a doctor. I can go in here. I can get. You're not going to do. You're going to research and look at that person, right? So if doctors can give us their logbooks to be like, here's my clients. If lawyers can give you their logbooks to be like, here's the cases that I've won, why is it so hard for mentors to prove that what they are trying to sell to you works? And why do they get offended when you ask them?
My question, weirdly enough, so there's a lot of resources popping up, especially you being one, where if you thinking about a mentor, I've told the guys, go to Rydall's channel. Somewhere along the line, he's talked about the mentor. You've got our channel. Again, we've said in the office ourselves, we want to set a benchmark as to what it is to provide a mentorship, what it is to actually trade. And if your mentor that you're paying is not surpassing what we're doing for free, why are you paying that mentor?
And Chris, I just wanted to say sorry. That is why they hate you. I'll say it flat out, bro. And you know this.
Yeah,
you know this, bro. That is why they hate you, because what you guys are doing, and when I say Chris, I mean the team, okay?
Yeah.
All of you guys are hated. Let me just say that, because on one end, let me just say it like this. On one end, if I expose you, and let's just be real, in South Africa, money is a really good convincer. If you are richer than me and I'm exposing you, you don't even have to show that I'm lying. You can just go on and be like, I'm lying. And I would be silenced. I've seen that so many times with so many mentors, right? But now with what you guys are doing, for another mentor to be able to comment on anything that you guys are doing, they have to have the balls to be able to walk the road that you guys are walking. How many mentors in this industry have that? Now, let's couple that with the fact that you guys are still doing this live. So there's no hindsight involved. There's no, oh, chat, if I did this at that specific time.
You know,
and they love doing that.
You know, like Rydall mentioned there, how they hate us. And again, this isn't a like tooting our own horn type of thing, but it's a few people have even mentioned that, like, for example, myself and Jeff, we haven't been in the industry as long as like Chris has, for example. But we kind of making our name now, slowly
Facts.
but surely. And the thing is, I can even say myself, there's guys when I was getting into trading, these forex gurus that I looked up to and like admired, and even from them now, I'm blocked on my Instagram.
And
I've never had an issue with them. I've never done anything, but I'm blocked.
And it's because you're a threat to them. Because once, I'm gonna get a little bit deep now, but that has everything to do with social media and algorithms, right? So when, say now I'm the creator that blocked you, right? If I block you, the audience won't get that. You know what Facebook used to do years ago with Keegan liked this, Keegan commented on this. You know what Facebook, that's the algorithm, right? So the algorithm still does that, but instead of telling me Keegan commented on this, they're going to show me the post. But now, if Keegan has blocked me, Keegan cuts off the people that follows him from the algorithm on that post.
I get what you're
so
saying.
now they don't get to see it. You understand what I'm saying? So, and it's that sometimes these people on social media, they don't even know these small things, right? But they abuse it so badly. And coming back to the threat, please protect your guys' platforms now. I must say that. Your attacks is gonna come.
I think we have.
Yeah,
Didn't Jabba put stuff in place?
Yeah, no, but here's the thing: we counter attack now.
No. And let me just say, Chris, I appreciate the fact who you countered, because that you're again. Let me just remind myself, I'm in Chris's house. Let me not be disrespectful and swear. That idiot sent me pictures of my children. Quickly deleted it. And I was so stupid that I exited knowing that the picture was there and I could screenshot it again, right? But when I exited, message deleted, right? And again, coming back to the attacks and stuff, the more, like, take it from me, the more you keep your family off socials, the better and safer they are.
I think already, obviously, it's more serious for Chris at this point, but I'll never forget it. The first time last year, I think we started taking these big fish on. And at the time, like, I would even say, we always joked about it. Like, when Chris came the one day and he woke up, he chose violence. I came into the office, he's telling me, bro, we're going to do this on stream today. I'm like laughing, like, okay. He's like, we're doing it. I'm like, okay, all right. And again, at this point, we had 40 viewers. We had 200 and something YouTube subscribers. And it was the thing of, we took this guy on. He was actually the biggest out of all of them. And I'll never forget that where he sent Chris the messages literally telling you, like, well, watch your kids. You want to bring the families into this. And again, we never brought his family into it.
No, I never. So when we started that conversation, like, the guy wasn't even on my radar. And then somebody came to us and he said, listen, this guy had a lifetime signals group. You paid something like 15K. You're on the lifetime signals, and now it's become a discussion group.
Yeah, he wanted to close it, but he thought for value we'll leave it for the community.
And I told the guys, I told the gentleman in our office, and I said that's not right for me. And I knew who the person was, and he's hiding behind. He's an avenger. He's hiding behind a mask. He's a avenger. That's the avenger traders. And then I exposed and I told the guys, listen here. Firstly, this guy already is on the roll for the FSCA. If you go onto matters that has been addressed, I'm like, so firstly, the guy's got a bad record. I know the guy personally. And then when we started talking out on it, this gentleman posted on Instagram from his private, this is how stupid these scammers are. He replied from his personal page. So he is basically admitting, I am the guy you say I am. So it's not even that he's, and then it's like the family thing, and he's talking about he's behind a mask because it's so dangerous for and I'm like, dude, why is it dangerous for gurus then? If people love you so much, would people not embrace you on the streets and be like, Rydall, you've changed my life for trading? Why are you scared?
Facts.
Like, we're sitting.
It's like you said, who did I steal from?
Yeah.
Who did I?
and I've always said that the only people that wear masks are usually people that want to hide their identity, bank robbers,
Facts.
Somebody that's a criminal. So you hiding behind a mask is showing me that you're trying to hide something. And it's not for the good. And don't tell me it's for safety, because we've given our address on stream. And I said, look, if we've done anything wrong to anybody, here's our address. You can come pull straight into the office, because what we're doing is genuine. What we're doing is authentic. It is open for everybody to see. People see us on our good days. They see us on our bad days. It's literally like an office. We've told the chat. The guys that join us on the live streams, they literally, we are technically office companions, because we sit there, we trade together. So at no stage, if you are a forex mentor, should people want to harm you.
True.
If you're doing the right thing.
You're doing the right thing. Facts.
So that is my thing.
So I have a question for Rydall as well, regarding like what my previous question with like fear and threats and so forth. Now a lot of people have this perception that, they'll rather wait for someone else to stand up and do something first. What made you decide that I'm going to take this responsibility to educate people, knowing that you might have so much backlash?
Okay, so that was purely, I wouldn't say it's a light decision that I made, because obviously safety is not something, to
play with.
To be play. Sorry, can you just ask that question again?
Well, basically, like for instance, a lot of people know people scam, but they wouldn't speak out.
They wouldn't speak up. Yes.
Yeah.
Now the reason why I stood up was exactly because I saw number one, these guys, they aren't truthful and they aren't open, number one. And then secondly, those that know doesn't have the guts to stand up, right? So that is number one. That is where I stood up out of a necessity that I felt the public needs to be more educated, number one, and the guys aren't truthful, number two. So that is that, yeah. But then also it's a case of I've been bullied my whole life. No? Let me be real with you. Primary school, high school was only where I realized, but zij zijn fit, my bro. Hoe kan zij die mensen jou af? And that is where I literally started, you know, like. So for me, it was always a case of I know for a fact, even the most built guy that I am exposing in this industry won't step to me. And if they do, God forbid, if they do, I'm gonna handle that situation. So
yeah, here's my thing though. Me and Keegan had the discussion. If you are a real man, you're not going to scam people.
True.
And
True.
the second thing, people also asked us, aren't we scared that people will rock up at the office? And I said, listen, yeah, real men don't scam. And that guy won't even defend himself. If I pitch up to his house and I give him 2 claps on his cheek, he's not going to do anything. Because if you, real men, people that do real hard work in life, if you talk shit, he's going to come up to you and you're either going to need to stand your ground, but for the most part, scammers aren't going to, if Keegan calls them out and they see him in the street, they're not going to come up to Keegan and say, hey, this, that, because real men don't scam.
Facts.
That's the thing. You're not a man if you've got the ability to scam, to hide behind a certain facade. So, yeah, that's just...
You know, the thing is, and I think there's a good point, because we always sit back and you look at it, like there's some scammers, if you even know the slightest about forex, you would look at them and be like, it's a scam. That, like, what you're showing me is impossible. It's impossible. But like other people are so uneducated, they'll look at that and be like, oh my word, I need to get into this because of that, which isn't the truth. And that was one of our let's say our local hero scammers. And we actually had our little beef with him. And I still, the one day, I think Caitlin was having her nails. Went to go drop her off, fetched her, and I'm like, listen, check here, this guy's like in my DMs now. And I'm like, she's like, what the hell? I left you alone for 2 hours now, this shit's going off. So I said, no, because like this guy posted something again. I tuned him, and now he's all big mouth. So I tuned him very quickly. Same thing. You live around the corner from me. Let's chat. You want to do something, let's chat. Quick. He's on the phone with me. So I answer, we chat. Yeah, then my bro, listen, I just want to make sure, why don't you just stay in your lane, I'll stay in my lane, we're not hurting anyone. I just want to make sure, like, we can be cool so that if we bump into each other, like, you don't beat me. Like, you don't blitzen me. And I said, bro, I'm not going to come up to you and just blitzen you.
Gotta give me a reason first.
Yeah, but at least just get your shit together. Like, what you do is wrong. Like, that's what I'm trying to do, is just point out what you do is wrong.
What you do. And if you look at it like this, when you play hide and seek and you are caught hiding, you come out, right?
Yeah.
Now, why when I have caught you hiding, you still want to sit there and fight it? Like, we are seeing you. We are witnessing you. We have the evidence of you. But you want to act like we haven't caught you.
Before we go on to the next topic, I just want to... This is now honest question, and I think it comes back to the thing of, even if you look at local elections and provincial elections and all of that, how is it that these guys still get people that buy their signals, that buy their like, is there not enough evidence? Is there not enough reach to be like, flip? Can you not see how many CPRs this guy has traded live, and he nuked your accounts, like he rocketed your stop losses? like how many times more do people need to get clapped before they're like, listen, yeah, I am an idiot, and this guy's also an idiot, and I'm an idiot for buying his shit.
I have a theory for that, actually. So you must know, when it comes to the exposing and all of that, I must now champion that, right? So when a mentor gets exposed, right, they go to almost like, whenever I argue with a mentor, I can tell you what their replies are going to be, but their go-to is, Rydall is poor, He's jealous. He's just a broke boy. Now, that falls back on my point that I told you earlier, where if I'm the one that's in the lesser position and I call you out, you're the one with the money, you're the one with the following, regardless of how true the stuff is that I'm posting, because you have what other people want, they are more inclined to believe you than me, because the truth that I am carrying bears no value. Whereas the truth that you are carrying, which is most now obviously, and when I say the truth that you are carrying, is could be that you are scamming, could be that you are stealing from people or whatever the case may be, but according to them, it's your truth. It's not something as disingenuous as scamming or stealing or lying. So therefore, when the person that's being exposed or has been exposed is in a position of social, I don't want to say social advancement, because that I so pikita. But social privilege, there's it. If they're at the place of social privilege, they could easily just be like, he's lying. Whereas with you guys, if you were the one to expose, let's say Clint now, because I've most now exposed Clint, and if you had to expose Clint, people will stay longer for your guys' content because you have something to offer them further than just exposing them. You can offer them how to analyze the markets, and this is why your platform is a bigger threat than my platform to them. Or like, honestly, because I have nothing to offer after the. I'm not. One thing that I've said that I'm never gonna do is, if I'm exposing you for a scam, I'm not gonna turn around and sell the same thing, right? So financially, I've cut myself off by the limb, if you want to say it like that. But I know when the vision has completed for this channel what I want, the return on investment will be greater than the fears that I'm feeling right now.
I think that's one of the reasons I think it was the very first podcast we did. Remember, I said I would love to have Rydall on.
Yeah.
And again, it's coming back to that content creation where your channel has been going for how many years now? It is 3 years. And you do everything alone. We talked about it this morning. Tell people a little bit about how much work and effort really goes into content. Scripting, you shooting, afterwards you editing, now you review your video, now it's like you make tweaks again. Now you're putting out that video. It's not like the work stops there. Now you're already thinking about what am I doing next? And that grind to not give up, because guys don't realize almost 50k subs on YouTube is a big milestone. Myself and Keeks talked about it. Some people basically put videos on for years and they don't even get to 5k.
I'm a good example of that. 3 years YouTube, not even 500 subs.
Guys,
good example.
Go follow. What's your YouTube channel name?
Javen Farrow.
I want to see the subscribers there when we're done.
But were you consistent?
I have 50. I didn't even know this, but I have 50 videos up. Okay, yes, I don't upload every week, but I have 50 videos up. But it goes back to that thing of like, it's not easy to just grow a channel.
No.
But also, we spoke about it like it's that grind. Like we always said, even if you don't start seeing the growth, even if it's very minimal, if you don't see anything, it does become very disheartening.
It's a full look. People don't understand this part of it. So let me just delve into the content creation side just a little bit, right? So, when you see that 4-minute video that I've made, right, you're seeing the end product. Now, like Chris said, I do everything. So sourcing the material for the video, that's on me. Scripting the video, that's on me. Making sure the lighting is correct, that's on me. Making sure the sound is correct, the video. Now, that is obviously the basic things that people, would look to make a production pop, right? But now there's the intricate stuff like, how do you deliver your content? Is people interested in this content? Are you consistent like you have asked Javen here? And I don't think people understand how hard it is. Because personally for me, it's the source material, it's the before the script source, fact checking, scripting, And then obviously I would go into recording. After recording, it's the editing. The editing itself takes about 7 hours because I would do my first draft where I delete all the as all of that, and then after that is exported, I go back and I start with memes and marketing. So that is basically where if I have a contract with a company to market them, I do that, and then I add my memes. And then after I've exported that, now it is down to the music and the sound design, because that is also really important. I mean, I can't have a doom and gloom video where I'm showing how millions of people got scammed or stolen from, but then I'm playing you spinning monkeys. I'm sure you guys have heard spinning monkeys before. You know, it's just not. And the thing is, even coming down to the source material and the music that you're using itself, even coming down to that, it's a problem at times because
it's copyrighted.
Very often the clip that you're trying to use is copyrighted, or it is going against your community guidelines. But you need that because it fills the picture.
So I told Mo years ago I used Epidemic Sound. So what they do is very clever. If you register your account with them, you can play their stuff. You don't get copyrighted. As soon as your subscription is not paid, everything you've done with their sound gets copyrighted. So
so they go into the past and
they almost put you like on a whitelist, if I can call it. And so that's why I told Mo I never want to use them again, because you can make, say, 100 pieces of content.
Damn.
You drop your subscription, all of those 100 videos are going to come back. Epidemic Sound is very naughty.
Do you know, I'm so glad that you told me that right now, because Epidemic Sound was one of the sources that I was like, because obviously with this budget that's being made, and let me just say it like this. Scammers are going to... The budget that's being made available to me right now doesn't require me to put out content like, you know, because when you look at my channel, there's it. So when you look at my channel, you will see that 2023, right? It's every day a video. If I've skipped today, tomorrow you're going to get 2 videos and a live. Best believe that. Now, that is obviously good for the numbers and stuff like that, but it also has a very draining effect, you know? So...
That's a grind. It's a grind.
I don't think people have...
an
idea of how much of a grind social media is, because these mentors have made it so easy to them. You know, it looks so easy and so glamorous. Everyone can do it. But the moment you sit down and it's like simple, edit a video that will get 1,000 views for me.
No, it's tough. It's tough.
And which is why we've spoken about this morning when it came to my TikTok, because I saw that my TikTok is in following, it's very similar to my YouTube, but I'm not getting any movement on my TikTok. So I had to, and that's why I've been quiet for this whole time, because I've been working on a solid strategy that when I release content, I know that thing is going to reach people. I know that, and this is also part of... So I'm a scam exposer and I have the responsibility towards that. But in content creation in general, that is where the evolution begins.
Yes.
And, because again, it's not just, here's your mic, there's your camera, it's not that.
Where did you learn editing? And firstly, what was the first software you used to start your editing journey?
So I think that app is called Leap.
Leap, okay.
Leap on Apple iStore.
Yeah.
I stole the very first videos that I and I'm talking about your Clint, your JP Markets, UMP, MTI.
Was that on Leap? Was that all on Leap?
That was all on my iPhone 6 3 years ago. And I mean,
did you edit the video on your iPhone?
On my iPhone 6, bruh.
That is a grind. That is a grind.
I still get like literal flashbacks. I would sit with my phone like this, right? And my phone wouldn't be overheating, but I would feel burn marks over here. And that is how hard I was sitting with that iPhone 6. Because the thing is this, when I started my YouTubing, it was for me, it was a make or break situation. That is why with every single video, I go so hard. And when I say I go so hard, I don't mean the attitude, the swearing. I go so hard with the information that I put out and how I deliver it, right? Because it has to be on point, you know? So these guys...
Also, you've got a bigger vision for yourself. You've got a... It's not like Rydall's just doing this. You obviously, like all of us, even us, and just talking as fellow content creators, we all have this ideal or this dream of having, say, for instance, 2 of those cameras, to have, say, a certain setup, to have, let's say, you can employ a video editor or 2 video editors, and that is to have that vision, because that is what allowed you to sit on your iPhone 6, to push through. We always talk about having that vision, because if you've got no vision, you'll perish. The Bible says, my people perish because they have no vision. So once you've got that vision, that's what wakes you up in the morning. That's what keeps you going. Like you said, maybe that one day it's like, yeah, I'm not really list to do another video. Is it really worth doing this YouTube thing? And then you just reminded, okay, but listen here, I'm working towards this. I'm working towards where I can do brand deals. I'm working towards where YouTube can become a full-time thing. So again, it's that grind with anything in life. Weirdly enough, yesterday Andrew Tate, I know he's a polarized figure, but he said something that's very, very true. He said you cannot lose if you do your best. And he said it's not about you just saying you're doing your best. He said if you really, with everything you've got, giving your best every day, he said you cannot lose. But he said we think we're doing our best, but we're not even 50% there. And that is that grind.
It also goes back to ego. We like to lie to ourselves.
Yeah, we like to say I'm grinding. But like we said on IG, working on the weekend, like usual.
But we literally spoke about this morning as well, where we said like that true ambition, where if you truly believe there's greater things for yourself, you truly can see it. And like I think we spoke about on the live, on the stream, and we said like, when you want to be obsessed with something, it needs to be you wake up, you think about it. You go to sleep, you think about it. If you're on the toilet, you're thinking about it.
That's me with scams.
That's when you're going to succeed in something.
And to be honest, like where my channel is going right now, speaking about the vision and stuff, right? If you I haven't said this in a very long time though, but if you had to go back on my older streams, right? What's happening with this channel right now concerning brand deals, the influence that the channel is pulling, it was premeditated, if I can say it like that. Because when I started, I always told, and it especially came off with Clint like that, because people was like, you're small, you have no influence, who's going to listen to you? And I always told them, listen, I come with truth. Regardless of whether it's 2007 or 2017, the truth never changes. So whenever people is going to look for the truth, they're always going to come to me. I'm not trying to say, I'm that truthful guy and I have all the truths about everyone and stuff like that. But it's just a case of when you come to me, you are going to see evidence for what I'm saying, obviously. And then the person that's obviously being exposed, you will be able to view their responses, you know. And because I go so hard with the music, the editing and all of that, the moment I release a video, they touched. And it's not that I'm doing it to touch you, it's because I'm doing it to keep the viewer entertained.
Yeah.
Because if I keep the viewer entertained, they're going to catch the whole message. And should they catch that whole message, my bro, it's over for you.
I quickly want to talk, guys forget that Rydall's, you're a trader as well.
100%.
I think guys sometimes forget that Rydall is not just somebody that he knows about the industry, he knows about analyzing a chart.
This actually goes back to also when I first told you to come, like check us out. I was like, Rydall, like, please respond to me. You're only calling out Jason them because they have a big following. And I was like, and I told him that, what do you provide in the sense of education? And he was like, go here. And he had a lot of videos. And I was like, okay. This man's is not just talking about people. He's actually providing some value as well.
Let's start there. Where did your trading journey start? in terms of like strategies, in terms of mentorship. Let's just start there out, because everybody's got this journey where some people got it easy. They found a strategy that worked and they almost took like a shortcut. And some of us went 20 strategies. We paid money for courses. We had to download stuff. We had to trial and error. But where did it start for you, your trading?
Okay, so rewind back to that story I told about my cousin and Jason Noah. So Jason Noah came, my cousin told me, my bro, 19 years old, we not driving Porsches, this lady is, we need to go. And I'm like, okay, how much is he charging? And he's like, at the time, this was charging 6,500. 6,500, ik ga kakken my mag, my bro. And it's not gonna work. 2 weeks later, his students come to Cape Town, Rowan Landsberg and Quentin Moody. So David sees this notification that they're coming to Cape Town. They have a photo of Rowan's single bed with the money that's so stacked out, and I'm just like,
oh, so was Rowan?
I was literally thinking about this. I didn't know Rowan was part of this.
yeah,
Was he part of the
I was taught by Quentin Moody and the late Quentin Moody and Rowan Landsberg.
Okay.
Literally. And do you know, the gag is now Rowan can literally in front of me, behind me, next to me, ask him this whenever you see him. Part of me starting the exposing and just being to people, but listen, wake up, is because I felt so underserviced in that group. Because for me, it's a cake of, if you're gonna tell me how to bake a cake, you should be able to bake a cake in front of me.
Yeah.
Right? Now, just bear with me, Gou. If you have taught me how to analyze the market, surely at some point in time, you can share a signal with me to show me, but listen, this actually works, what I have shown you. And I never got that from Quentin, and I never got that from Rowan, right? And this actually caused them to kick me out of the group, right? This was way before I actually stood on my own, and cause getting to the point where I left my job at Spur, it was because of trading, but it was because of me, right? But anyway, I confronted them, I told them, but listen, what you guys are doing is not on. You guys are taking 2,500 rands from people. You are literally just giving them a manual, regurgitating the manual, and you're expecting them to understand the manual. You are nowhere giving them physical experience that they can grasp by seeing how it's being done, right? Just come to Cape Town next time, I'm going to come and rob you. Factual. I told them that. That is how angry I was, man. That is how how are you going to make me pay 2,500 rand that I've spent a whole month serving people, getting crap, getting stupid tips from, only for you to come and take it from me in one day? Anyway.
Sorry, Mo, just on the control room,
ones,
on the sound
ones,
desk. No, on the sound desk. Check control room. Control room, just bring it down a little bit, just a tiny bit. Perfect. Yeah, 100%. Sorry, Chad.
Where was I talking now?
No, you said you're gonna literally rob them if
Yeah.
they come to Cape Town.
So after that, I kind of caught myself a bit, because it's again like, dude, your father's a gangster, you're not a gangster. Don't stake on other people's krachten, you're not ISCOM. And then I left them, I got kicked out of the group, right? And that is when I had to stand by myself. Now, I'm not saying what they sold me was crap. Their delivery was crap, because I took what they taught me just like that, and I started making money from it. The only difference was I wasn't in a group, so I wasn't feeling the pressure of someone else being, and this is why some mentors that get in contact with me, I always tell them, restrict your group. It's not because you don't want the members to talk to. I mean, if I'm in the same group with you, I can see your number. What's stopping me from messaging you privately if I want to have anything? But the reason why you are restricting your group is so that you are the only source of information.
Otherwise, you confuse people.
Exactly, because let's go us four in a group. You taught us, Chris, right? Now, all of a sudden, Jevon starts sending signals and analysis. And that's like the sheep leading the sheep.
The blind leading the blind.
It's not going to work. And so, for me, it was always of, you have now told me, you've explained to me how to bake the cake. Bake the cake in front of me so that I can see it. And the moment it didn't happen, to me, it was just like, nah, julle is wie julle sê julle is.
No, but here's the issue though, and that's also the issue I had for many years, is that people share all of these concepts. It's almost like when you're at school or at university. I saw it firsthand. You study all of these high-level concepts, and now when you get into the workforce, it's like you need to connect all of these dots, but you can't. You just know them like, okay, this is how to analyze a column. This is how, but how do I design the building now? How do I start? And that is always when I told guys, like, I would rather take a simple strategy. Let's say, for instance, me and Keegan teach us a very simple strategy, but we tell you exactly, this is how you lay the foundation. You're going to build the brickwork, because then there's a process. We're not just saying, this is how to do a foundation here. We build all these little boxes and then we say, okay, you go and connect the dots. You can't do that, because
you want like a literal step 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yes,
that's it.
Because that's how our minds work. And what the guys don't realize is that is where I almost want to say the flaw is in the industry, is that everybody is just sharing a lot of information, but even those mentors don't really know how to bring it all together in an action plan and say, listen here, let me bake that cake.
Let me go expand on that quickly. Do you guys know why mentors? Because I don't know if you guys have noticed this, but I've seen it with cases where I've exposed people. Very often it would be like the mentor would give the valuable information in drips and drabs. And it's especially the ones that charges monthly fees. So, because check, if you come to me, I give you the blueprint. So I show you how to go fish. I give you the examples. I show you live examples, everything. Now you know how to fish. Are you going to still pay me 2-3 months down the line?
What's keeping me there?
You see, are you going to pay me 2-3? You must not going to pay me. But if I give you the information like a dripping tap, surely you're going to stay there and wait for your glass to fill. But how's your glass going to fill if I keep sipping out of it?
Listen here, but here's the best part, and we don't even want to give the guys a platform here, but why is it that there's always this 2.0, 3.0, this lollipop strategy, this what strategy, this, like, my thing is, why is there always like here's the thing, Chad, the market does not change. There's seasons in the market. There's only two things the market can do. It can either range or it can trend. So how the hell are these guys selling you a 1.0 version, 2.0? Later on, you get to like a 5.0. You've never seen the entries. Sniper, hashtag sniper, hashtag kill deep in blues. And I'm like, my dude, your strategy. If you go to Larry Williams, one of the best traders, and you ask him, Larry, did your strategy change every year or every 6 months? Did you have like a Larry 2.0? And he'll be like, are you a fucking retard? sorry for my language. What?
I can answer you there. I can answer you fully there. So, what was the question again?
No, that 2.0, 3.0, and so there's always a little add-on that you have to pay for extra.
With the information that platforms like you, Rolio, Jack, myself is... Because, Jack, I don't want to put that much light on myself because I was not doing the scam exposing. I've been doing it for 3 years. People know now. But with you guys, it's a bit of exposing, but majority it's most now the analyzing of the content and giving people a little bit more, right? So, let me say it like this. I'm going to use Ref Wayne as an example. If Ref Wayne has been exposed, right? Those that have bought his services, those are the ones that's going to be highly indoctrinated by him. Like, he could fart and they would rush to want to smell it, right? So, there's those kind of guys, right? So the reason why they have 1.0, 2.0, 3.0 is because when they get exposed, right, they are immediately blocked off from newer clients, because the newer clients that were looking to get into them already blocked off. So they can't make money off the newer clients, but they can wash their older clients. So
Rinse
if
and
I have
repeat.
exactly, so if I have made you believe that 1.0 can work, I can make you believe that 2.0 can work. I can make you believe that 3.0 can work. And that is how they continuously keep up that force, because those that has been indoctrinated, they're gonna stay supporting.
Yeah, you know, I actually wanted to like genuinely ask this question because I know you've done obviously quite an insight to a few of these. I always say you get the influencer traders, and then you get what we call the forex gurus. They're the big boys. With all the investigations you've done to them, have you ever come across one of these gurus that actually is legit? One that you were like,
No.
this boy actually can trade.
No. Let me tell you what happened. What happened, Skiggs? Yeah, I don't know. Nah, I don't want to give him airtime. The guy that sent me pictures of my kids, you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
So I'm gonna use him as an example now. Sorry, what was the question again?
Can any of these forex gurus trade?
No. So let me tell you why is no. If I've caught you lying, stealing, and being disingenuous the first time while you are portraying that you have the skill, if you have the skill, you shouldn't have been lying in the first. So already the fact that you're lying, it's like, boop, red flag. What are you lying about more? You know? And that is when I go deeper. So now some people, when I expose them the first time, then it's like, oh, I'm going to walk the right path. I'm not going to do this anymore. I'm not going to scam people anymore. And then I leave your video up. That's history there. If people want to come and look for you, they must come and find you there. But now, because the video, and this is what they don't understand. These traders don't I don't want to give them the key to social media also, but they don't understand shit for shit, me, bro. If I am exposing you, I'm putting light on you. It's up to you to now say, I'm caught, I will do better. People is going to tune into you to watch you do better.
Yeah.
Especially those that supporting you. They're going to tune
100%.
into you to watch you do better. So now, what these guys do is, they still scam, but where they would have scammed 10 out of 10 clients, after I've exposed them, they only scam 2 out of 10 now, right?
Yeah.
But now, I still get to the information of the little bit of people that you have scammed. So, to me, if you have scammed once, if I've caught you once, whether it is an Easter weekend in 20 years from now, I'm still going to catch you.
Now, going back to this is actually something I actually said to Chris a long time ago. Not even, I think it was the start of the year. I think in the industry in South Africa, he's probably the new hottest thing. And I actually
2-minute
messaged.
noodles.
No. We know he's a joke, man. This other boy that's been coming up, and I said to him, honestly, I don't know his history. I don't know anything. I said, I actually wanted to find
Blacker
out from
boys,
you.
yeah. Hey, guys. Are you talking about guys?
Yeah.
Guys.
our boy Forex Royals, Trini.
Let me defend my boy.
No. That's what I say. I'm not saying he's a scammer.
so
I actually said I genuinely don't know history about this guy.
Let me just say.
So I know you do, and that's what I said. I always meant to DM you, but ask you about it. I always forget. Now that I'm here, I'm like, I actually want your like. Is he legit?
That is a really. I've been wanting to touch on this for so long.
Because it's just that he was like a CJ. He just popped out of nowhere on Instagram.
Yes. Now, I've made a video on him before, and it wasn't about him scamming. It was more how his tactics seemed very similar to John Cutty's tactics. And we know John Cutty is a scammer. So for me, it was like, if you're not a scammer, why are you doing the very same thing? So I was live on TikTok one day, right? And out of the blue, Trunique joins. And Trunique is like, I want to join the live. And I'm like, you do understand what...
know what I do.
What goes on here?
Cool, he joins, right? And then on him joining, he's like, okay, you're talking all of this about me. I'm going to give you my bot. I'm going to fund it for you. You can keep the money. On live in front of everyone. I didn't even know he was going to do this. And he did it, right? Funded the bot. And then there was miscommunication between the two. Now, people think that me and Trunique are like buddy. I will respect him simply because he was the first robot seller to come to me to be like, there's my product.
Taste it.
Review it. Say whatever you want to. I don't care. And although he says he doesn't care, that man
Sweating. He was
that man
sweating.
cared.
No, he was sweating.
Let me tell you. So
Let's put it this way in betting. He put all his chips. He's like,
facts.
this is a blow or glow
And-
moment. Like Rydall could end me here, or this
That's
could be the
such a
best
such a
play
nice
of
way of
my
putting
life.
it.
I can double up here.
And I think for him, it worked very well in his favor because
I think the bot did well because
it did well, yeah.
I watched your. So weirdly enough, sorry that I'm interrupting you. Keegan sent me the video one night, and I've never seen the guy, and I'm sitting there and I look at the surname and I'm like, what is this trunk? And then I'm like, but Rydall said on one of his streams, Trunique, and remember I still told you, I said I think Rydall did a review. And I still asked you, and Rydall said, I think the bot is off because it's a trend following
it's
bot.
a trend following bot, yeah.
So the trend has shifted, so it's off. And then I literally, that evening, I went to go and watch all, I think you did 6 reviews.
It's
If I'm-
five up
five.
until now. The
And-
6th one is just a live where I said,
Is it still off?
no, the bot went on, but the reason why my reviews didn't continue, human fallacy mense, I got uitgefriet.
Yep.
That bot was making money and I got uitgefriet. So the requirements of that bot was 300 minimum balance. And I withdrew up until there was only $200 in. And then a retrace came and it took me out. But before that, the bot was doing well. Now, what I respected about that whole review situation with me and Trunique, and it will never happen again. I'll be honest, it will never happen again, simply because people don't have the guts that Trunique has. The bot came, and coming back to that buddy misconception that people have, me and Trunique had a massive fight on TikTok live in front of everyone because the bot was off. It was off for a very long time, and there was some miscommunication now with me. I'm gonna screenshot when you told us the bot, because obviously I must have I don't want to say evidence, but I must have reference of everything that I'm talking about, right? So bot got switched off. I didn't switch it on. He went on to TikTok to be like, oh, bot made profit. And I'm like, but you then never told us. Brought my evidence forth, and then he also brought his forth. But then I was like, bro, do better. Now, the reason why I said, let me just come and defend Trunique for him, because people don't see what happened behind the scenes, right? First episode of the review dropped. When you look at that first episode, I pulled my pants off and I crutched on that one. I went in, my bro. There is no way that man wasn't feeling some type of way. He didn't speak to me after that first review. Second review came, right? So the second review came and things went a little bit better, but also I told him,
I think it wasn't making a lot. It was making like $2,
Yes.
$3, and you were like, it's gonna take you years just to recoup your money.
Just to recoup
yeah,
that.
quick question. What was the bot actually trading? Was like forex indices?
Was synthetics.
Synthetics.
Crash
Oh,
500. So the bot was
'cause
specifically
he trades that, yeah.
for Crash 500. So so the second review came out, and then that was most when I told him, hey bro, your bot is cack. It's not making money. Sorry for swearing. It's not making money for people, and people is gonna take forever to recoup their 8,000 rand that they have spent with you buying this thing. Please go back to the drawing board, fix this thing. Bot went off. He came back a month later, and the bot was making money. Now, when you look at the third review, and behind the third review, me and Trunique also had a massive fight, because when the third review came out, 6 TPs were hit. So that was a $300, because every TP is a $50, right? So he was like, and I mean, I can show you the chat, maybe, bro. I won't come and sit here, because if anyone ever asks, I must be able to show them.
Yeah.
And he was just like, yeah, but the bot is taking trades and the bot is winning, and why aren't you saying the bot is doing good? Why are you just criticizing it? And I told him, my bro, gaat sy nou regtig gaan sit en pretend dat 6 trades jou bot 'n guru maak. 6 trades kan nie maak dat ek sê jou bot is nou die.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't do that. 6 trades. Sure, you have 100% hit rate on those 6 trades, but 6 trades, my bro, what database do I have on that? I can't even measure losses yet because your bot hasn't taken a loss.
Yeah, so the thing is, like with him, like I said, I genuinely don't know anything about this, but it was just a case of one day he was on everything of mine. He was on my Instagram, he was on my TikTok, he was on everything, and I was just like, what the hell? And it was in December, that I'll never forget it, because that's where he still went and posted a thing of being like, from not knowing this guy at all to this popping up and him being like, yeah, I don't need money from signals, this, because I make 3 million alone in December. And I was just like, yo, okay.
Yeah, Chad, let me... I don't want to bash any bot. So let me tell you, I've spent a lot of money on bots. I've spent a lot of money developing my own bots. And here's the thing with a bot. So the first thing I hear, it's a trend following bot. So that's great. The issue with bots is there's bots that work very well in a trending market. There's bots that work very well in a ranging market. The issue is getting a bot to identify whether it is a ranging market or a trending market. I actually tested a bot for 3 years.
That's database. That's data collecting. That.
So how the bot worked? It was a modified martingale. You guys can go and check what martingale is, but it was like a modified martingale, and it was trading the Euro USD. There was a long period from 2016 where the Euro would decline and it would make like a very nice retrace. Decline, retrace. After 3 years, that bot was doing amazingly. In the 4th year, when there was a shift between the Federal Reserve and the ECB, that thing went almost, I think, 2,000 pips to the upside. And it blew that account. Sure. Everything. And that is when I realized that the thing with the bot is... and that's where I called it. I was like, I'm not spending 1 more cent on a bot. I bought the one guy that was developing bots. I actually showed Keegs. I'm not going to mention names, but I bought his bot, and that bot actually came 3rd in the Robins World Cup. Ooh. But again, that bot is purely good in breakout markets. The exact same bot the next year couldn't even end the year positive. That year was almost 130% in the forex Robins World Cup.
Yeah, so either way, it's a gamble.
It's still.
Do you guys think because I believe the market is very psychological? Do you believe because a bot doesn't have a brain to think for itself in that sense, maybe that's where it goes wrong?
Yeah, here's the issue though. Any bot that is coded on MQL or SQL or whatever is using on like MetaTrader, all of that, it uses purely past data. It is not a bot. So for the guys that maybe some of you guys know what a back-propagated neural network is where a bot teaches itself. So it gets to the stage where the bot can make a decision based on past results. But all of these bots just use past results, and it's an either or. So if A, B, and C gets ticked, are short. If A, B, C, and D gets ticked, I close the position. So it's purely just using, it's almost like you just write a letter. I write a letter to Rydall, and I say, Rydall, when you get home, fill the water up to this level, fill that up to that level, and Rydall can't do anything else. He literally just follows that, and that's the exact same thing with the bot. It is not it's not a neural network bot where it's self-teaching, for instance, like what's happening with AI. So up until you get to the stage where you can have a bot like OpenAI, the company that ChatGPT, they actually have systems where the bot goes through, it does iterations of a certain data set up until the point where that bot can say, look, I'm going to make this decision. And we don't have that. So that's why you'll never find a bot. And I'll go on a limb. And I can tell you now, not one of these bots, if you had to put them on autopilot for more than 2, 3, 4 years, will they still be around? Because at some stage, something's going to happen in the market that is going to... Synthetics now is obviously a different story. It's not really driven by fundamentals. But for me personally, if you really want to go into bot development, you need to look at something that's got a back-propagated neural network where information is constantly being fed and the bot can actually make a decision. So it's
Think for itself, basically.
yeah, think for itself. Mo, I think it's a good time now. Is there any questions in the chat? We obviously want to get you guys to. Okay, so we're gonna wait a minute there. Rydall, first thoughts on P. Like you said, you haven't been here. Obviously, it's a very short trip. I initially wanted to get you here longer, but I thought because you are a family man, you don't want to keep somebody away from his family, and especially being the individual that you are, I don't want to feel like we're gonna keep you here for 2 days or whatever. But we'll make a plan to get you here. First thoughts coming into P, flying over P. I think it was quite open, so you could see a little bit of the city. What is your first thoughts of Port Elizabeth?
Port Elizabeth is literally giving me Somerset West vibes.
Oh, really?
Literally giving me old money vibes.
Really?
No cap, bruh. No cap. I think when I first noticed that when we drove to that spot for breakfast,
Oh, yeah.
I was like, this is very much like Somerset West.
Where did you guys go for breakfast?
Savages.
Oh,
Man,
Savages is the secret spot.
that flapjacks and bacon, was mooring me, bro. But my first impressions, like me and Jevin actually took a liquor walk because we went to the shop and then we walked back. Like I told him, it's chilled. I feel like I'm in an area where there's mostly calm old people.
Yeah.
So there won't be much action, and I like such areas.
Weirdly enough, though, people don't realize that Port Elizabeth is one of the most dangerous cities now in SA. You know that, eh?
Yeah.
With people don't realize that, like, if you're living here in a suburb and in a gated estate, it's one thing, but P is one of the, like I mentioned, my mother got literally shot. How she's alive is a miracle, but Port Elizabeth is dangerous, and
He told me
and
that,
we don't realize it because you almost live in this little incubator,
You
your
make your
office.
own bubble.
Yeah, you're in your bubble.
Facts.
And then when you start realizing there's people getting robbed, there's people getting shot,
There's house break-ins.
there's house
No one
break-ins,
gets
all
caught.
of that.
Oh.
So, but we're gonna get some questions now for Rydall. Rydall, before we go on to the questions, give us a little bit about what you've got planned for the year. Also, we didn't even get the chance to chat a little bit about the content creation side. We will still do that, but where do you see Rydall in, say, the next 5 years with your brand that you're building, with your channel, with the equipment? Give us a little bit of an insight as to what that dream vision is for you going forward.
The vision is obviously going to be a little bit limited. It's not limited in here though, because I've learned that I need to be very careful what I say, because there's people that's watching me and they're constantly stealing my ideas. So in 5 years from now, I'm looking to be with or to have my production, a full-fledged production like yours. So it just looks it looks so well organized. But 5 years from now, this is where I see myself. I am still seeing myself as the voice of the voiceless within the industry, but still, by then my content would have changed a lot more. I'm still gonna do the exposing stuff, and where people will be exposed for the scams and stealing from people. But I'm also in the next couple of years gonna focus on the positives of this industry. And I really wanna say the content forms that's gonna, and it's like you said earlier, there's so much content within this industry that is untapped, and I sincerely smart to get into that, but I know they're gonna steal my ideas, man.
No. So
Look,
keep it.
Let me say it like this. No, I must respect you also, so I'm gonna answer you. But let me just say it like this. My idea for having interviews with forex traders, talking about their cars, taking a drive around with their car, because believe it or not, I'm sure you guys that's in this industry knows this. A forex trader and his car is like this. If you're a forex trader and you have a car, your car says a lot about you. So that is a great content form.
Yeah.
But why did Veracity steal it? Why does RCG also have that so-called pups and what?
It sucks, but it fucks.
Like for me, it's just like, why would you want to steal my content?
Yeah.
Obviously, I'm not the pioneer of it. I haven't created it, but
Yeah,
no-
here's the thing. People lack creativity, and people can, and it comes back to the mentors. People don't have the creativity to say, I'm going to do something new. It's always a copy and paste. So, okay, Rydall is doing this. It's worked for Rydall. Let me copy and paste that. We actually did a little project that we're running, and I kid you not, I told Keegan, I said, give it maybe a day. It wasn't even a day. 4 hours later, I sent him a thing. Guys literally copying exactly the same thing. Project 5130. We're going to help X amount of people, this, that.
and it's irritating.
And I'm
man.
like, yo, man, why don't you guys sit down a little bit, think out of the box,
I
do
think it's not
something?
hard because like the guys that did it, we know who they are. They actually were mentioned earlier, and we know they follow our pages. So we can
Yeah,
go back and look. We can
it's-
see you saw it.
Now for me, it's always gonna be a case of they can copy you guys as much as they want to, but they won't be able to do what you guys do the way you guys do it. It means
Because it's not authentic.
hoeveel jaar kyk ons nou al Bruce Lee movies? Kan jy karate? Kan jy karate, my bro? So they can, and this is my point with why I'm putting so much emphasis. Look, it's almost every live stream I'm there shouting out Chris's platform, and the reason for that is because these guys that normally feel threatened by you guys, no, I don't want to like down Billy Blanks like that. I'm sure we all know Billy Blanks, Taibo and what. You guys are literally like the Billy Blanks of this industry. And it's not that people should know you now, because obviously you might. What now? A year, 2 years busy?
5
We're going
months.
short of a year.
5 months.
Now you see them. By the time you get a year, no, your platform is going to be bigger than mine. It's going to be giving more value than mine. And look, this is simply just what I can see from the outside, and it is the work that you guys put in. Can someone else come and copy it? I mean, I can today start an exact same content form like you guys, podcasts, have lives, do live and but will I be able to do it like you guys? Will I be able to explain the concepts like? Will I be able to execute the concepts like? No. So why do you as mentor? Hoekom wil jy jou goed wegsteek?
Yeah, you know, it's funny. Like again, there is the few traders that like we even still back them. They are legit, but even we spoke about the one time. All the traders we ever brought on the live, not one could take a trade live with us when they were on with us.
And
Not
Yeah,
one.
that's a.
And we do back them, but they couldn't give something live.
and to come back to you with the future plans. I'm gonna say this because no one had this vision before me, so they won't be able to execute it like me. One of the content forms that I'm gonna do is 24 hours with. So whether it be 24 hours with Joash Naidu, 24 hours with you, it will give the viewer not only because let's be real, before you got into trading, you had a vision of how a trader should live, right?
Yeah,
But
yeah.
now, no one is doing it. No one is doing it. So don't steal my stuff, no. Don't steal my stuff. Now, you're not into the industry yet. You want to get into the industry. Here you see Rydall, 24 hours with Chris Dix, established trader, making money off the markets. You see how, won't you feel, because let's be real, legit traders and scammers, what they do, sun and moon.
Yeah.
Sun and moon. So what I'm trying to say by that is that when it comes down to what you guys are doing, and then when it comes down to what they are doing, you guys are always going to shine out because they have to wait for you. If you don't drop your content form or whatever it may be now, they won't have inspiration to drop. And like I said, with that 24 hours with the trader that I'm going to spend time with, you as a viewer, you will see, because check on the outside, I know there's people watching in that they have a view of like Chris's life, if I can say that. But now if we do 24 hours with Chris, you get to see how Chris lives, you get to see, and that forms part of the psychological, because now you're a beginner, you're not, what you're seeing on social media and what you're seeing in the 24 hours, two different things. Because on social media, you see constantly go looking at cars, constantly the nice life, but now in the 24 hours with the trader, you're seeing the trader work, you're seeing how he's analyzing markets, you're seeing the trades that is being taken, you know. So when it comes to that different content forms, there's a whole lot of stuff that, and also I know.
Sorry, man. Just read the comments because weirdly enough
they
on the
go
screen,
off
they literally.
But
runs.
I must just say,
Please go through the questions for us.
If you do it 24 hours with Joe Ash, you 100% I'm watching that.
and the thing is this, right? It won't be a 24 hours recorded with Joe Ash. It will be a 24 hours live stream.
I'm 100% watching
so
that. I'll take the day off for that.
So when you go to the toilet, we are literally gonna know. When you are busy analyzing, I will be there. So for me, it's a case of with the 24 hours thing, and this is people are missing the opportunity with me. They are missing it.
You're gonna see them take a trade when he places that trade.
Now, let me give it to you like this. So now I come to you for 24 hours, right? You go on with your life as normal. You take trades. And you win those trades in those 24 hours, right? Now the live stream is done, I go home. With what perspective after the live have the audience been left with about you? You can trade. You know how to take trades.
Like we were talking about earlier, it's either a glow or blow.
Exactly.
You either will show people, okay, this man's a bit sketchy now, or people are going to look and go, shit, this man is legit.
And I believe that is the main reason why... again, and I will say it in front of the industry, they are so threatened by you guys' platform, because let's be honest, should just 20% of this industry pay attention to you guys, it's game over for the rest.
We were actually talking about this on stream yesterday. I just wanted Chad mentioning something like that. I was like, what would your thoughts be on that if you do the team traders war? So basically what the guys did is they take like 3 or 5 traders. You have your teams. So for example, 2G's trading, and let's say the Rocket team. Damn. And you put them in a room, and you have literally one day. And you see what team walks away with the most profit or most loss.
No, listen here. So here's the thing. I think you have to do it over a month, because if you just look at statistics, for something to be statistically significant, you need a bigger sample. So maybe on that day. So I think we should do something like that, and forget the brokers, forget the... And again, why we say this is not like when we called out Joash Naidu and Darren. It was in very good spirit. And again, it is that thing of it's not malicious. The guys immediately go on the defensive. Because here's my thing though. I'm honest, I'm not driving a Ferrari. I'm very, very honest. As a trader, to get to the stage where you can buy stuff like that just purely from trading, it's going to take a while. Now my thing is, if you are this person that you say you are, is this not a good opportunity now to say, listen here, let me show you guys, let me stick my foot in Chris Dix's mouth and Keegan's mouth, not run away. So again, it's not malicious. So the Rocket Boys, they got offended, all of that, but it was in good spirit. And again,
I wouldn't even say they got offended. They accepted it and then ghosted everything.
Now, sorry to just chime in. That is why I made the video, and in the video, I did say that Chris gave them the biggest opportunity ever. Now, when you look at it like this, Joash, he lives for clout. Otherwise, he wouldn't be posting what he's posting. Darren Dix lives for clout. Otherwise, he wouldn't be posting what he's posting. But now that the biggest clout opportunity comes around, you want to shy away. You are whenever clout comes, you are then running towards it. But now that this clout comes with a challenge that directly challenges your performance, the clout is not worthy anymore. And that is, again, I'm always going to say it, my bro. They are going to hate your platform because of things like that. And at the end of the day, like you say, if you are that guy, you should be able to come out live and prove it. If I'm gonna say I can swim Michael Phelps in his chops, when Michael Phelps pull up, I should be able to do it.
Yeah, no fake a hammy.
Mo, quickly bring me those 2 shirts and then read the comments. So I think we're gonna do a giveaway myself. No, we can't hear you.
You can't hear you.
Okay. So you'll see it there. Kate, sorry man, just pass me. Chad, what we're gonna do is we actually gonna. I don't know if we're gonna be able to do the giveaways, but I'm gonna get these 2 very nice shirts.
Hold on. What would actually what are you gonna do with this?
No, I'm gonna get it right. All of us here is gonna sign it.
I literally was thinking the same thing. Now, if we all sign this and do these as giveaways.
Wait, just show the camera here, Mo.
For the Chad guys.
Right, I'll just show the shirt there. We're gonna do a giveaway for the Chad. We're gonna sign this.
Chat, it's Woolworths t-shirts mee bro. I see Pep t-shirts, I see Akaman, I see Mr. Away. Manna is Woolworths. Oh dear.
Just put it there. All right, so yeah, here's the thing though. Demo life. Just for our best demo traders in the industry. Here's the thing, Chad. You cannot lose money if you trade demo. You just need to sell a lot of signals and courses. But Mo, let's get to some of the questions. Sorry, man.
I don't know if Chad can hear me. I tried to add the mic. Let's see.
Can you see? You'll see it on Streamlabs. It will feed up there.
I was gonna say we can also see on this side, but I don't see anything when he talks now.
Kate, or maybe give me your phone. Sorry, man. Chad, you don't want to see what it looks like. Yeah, Rydall will tell you. It literally looks like the Matrix.
I think I have mine on.
Do you have your phone?
Yeah.
We're gonna go through. We're gonna go through some questions here on the chat here. So let's quickly see. Chad, apologies. It's been a day, and
hectic day.
Yeah.
it's been hectic. Yeah, sorry, man. The guys just say Jevon looks in love. No, it's fine. I'm gonna read it from here. I've got it. Yeah. Sorry. I'm gonna check here. Rydall Tsepo Moletsane, one of our faithful viewers on the opening bell, asking Rydall, what is your views on the future of the industry and the overall impact of the prop firm space?
The impact of the prop firm space has made regulations to step up. Prop firms wasn't regulated, but the FSA is looking at that. They are also looking at regulating the mentorship space. So there's regulations coming towards there, which also means that regulations is coming to signals and account management, which regulations have been on there for the longest of time, because signals and account management is ultimately financial advice. So we are looking more to having a fully regulated industry, and I mean that will only come at the benefit of the consumer.
Yeah, 100%. It's also going to make it a lot harder for guys to just come into the space. Tepo, just to add to that, a lot of people don't realize that the prop firm space is literally almost a hybrid model of the broker space, especially the ODP, the B-book. A lot of guys say, the prop firm space is a Ponzi. Then a B-book broker with the ODP is also a Ponzi because it runs on the same method. I've said it before, it needs regulation. The mentorship needs regulation because, again, it's financial advice. Even if you're paying 1,000 Rand for a course, you're going to be spending money in the real market and you could be losing money. So that definitely needs to...
I've got a good next question.
Yeah.
Chad. Rydall, do you know who your next target for your next video is?
That's from Big Ed.
Big Ed. I do, but I don't want to put them on to me yet because I'm still sourcing material from the Instagram.
But you do have the next one.
Man, is this going to be a bomber? Like I said, the content is going to be documentary style from now on. So what you're going to get is not this 4-minute, 7-minute, 10-minute videos. You're going to get a proper coherent video that when you are done with that video...
Coffeezilla style. Almost coffee, yeah.
But also, just Edgar at the same time, Big Ed. just already putting his hand up saying he would love to do the 24 hours with you. Just give him the heads up so that he can hire the Airbnb, the Ferrari, and supermodel girlfriend.
Rydall, quick question. I don't know if 2 Minute Noodles is still off the.
Yeah, he's still off.
Is he
off
still
the gram.
off RG?
Yeah.
You know who I'm talking about?
Yeah,
2
yeah.
Minute Noodles,
Yeah.
the guy with the two. Why did nobody ever like go into him a little bit?
I think he was so bluntedly
Wait,
that he
wait,
was
wait,
a scammer.
2 minute noodles.
Bankroll, CJ.
You know who it is, guys. Your boy.
Bankroll effects.
he got that 2 minute noodle hairstyle. It looks like
Now I understand it. Let me say it like this. Big Ed, CJ is on. Look, I don't have just my next target. I have my next couple of targets. So I work in days, if I can say it like that. So CJ is definitely on there. Let me just say it like that.
Okay.
And when it is his turn, he should be ready to behave
You see-
like he just drank some laxatives.
Je sê die man die man
Let-
se daas genommer.
My broer said that's getel.
Well, I think he definitely is behaving. Since someone already got him cancelled on Instagram.
Listen, I wasn't involved.
wasn't.
There. It wasn't me, Chad. It wasn't me. You really need to go for me to get to that stage. One thing I do have to say, and this is just an honest question. If you are a trader, why are you never trading at a desk? Why are you always in a coffee shop?
The man
Lying
sponsored by
next
Mike
to-
and Bean.
I've not seen one of these mentors even have a setup. Like, I've never seen them
Can I tell you
sit
something,
in
Chris?
front of a chart.
I'm going to answer that again from a manly perspective. No, from a human perspective, it makes sense, right? What do these mentors that don't trade at desks take pride in? Because when you trade, like when I look at you, when I was so impressed this morning simply because you guys trade at desks, right? And because you trade at desks, that makes me know you are prioritizing what you are doing, right? So when you look at what they prioritize the lifestyle. So which means they can't trade. They don't have the wherewithal to be even sitting at the desk. If that makes sense.
You know, someone.
They don't take pride in their trading skill
Yeah.
because they have none. If you took pride, I'm going to take a racer for example now. If you are a racer and you took pride in your skills as a racing, you're going to make sure that you have the best engines, you have the best equipment on your car. So therefore, if you are a forex trader and you take pride in what you are doing, your setup should be looking more or less than what I'm seeing from you guys.
But you
So
know,
why
it's,
aren't it like that?
It's the same. One of our guys in the chat, I think it might have been yesterday or the day before, or I don't know, was talking to us about this brother of ours and his Ferrari. And they mentioned that there was some YouTube or podcast or something he was on where they got him to analyze a chart.
Oh, it's Trading Nut.
Oh, trading nut. They got him to analyze. And that is a comedy show.
Me and
it is
my-
a comedy show.
me and
Wow.
my one friend John Pierre always said because the guy's a pastor as well, and we used to call it prophetic analysis. it's prophetic. You can't teach that. That
Dude,
is
I hate them for that church vibe. I hate them for it.
Listen, okay, 009.5. I know he's also an avid follower. I've seen him in your live chat as well. He said, quick question, Rydall. I know you said you and Marco buried the hatchet, but can we still call him Chacha?
He's Chacha. He will forever be Chacha. He will forever be Chacha. And the thing is, though, I got sent a live on TikTok the other day, a live from Marco. So that means you've obviously been speaking about me again. So
But
Cha-cha?
I must say, he got into it with Sayil there. He got into it with Sayil.
Look, I don't want to
and
get
then he got mopped.
Yeah.
I don't want to get too deep into it, but he was calling out, and I want to be very careful here to not disclose too much. But he got into a little bit of a tussle with a trading friend of ours, and this trading friend said, "Listen, yeah, I don't do these little online games." He's like, "I'm in Joburg. Send me your address. Let's quickly sort this thing out real quick." And that man just went quiet. And let's just say and I told him, and I said, Marco, I said there's there's certain people you can play with in the industry, and there's certain people
To stay away
where
from.
if you fuck around, I'm just telling
You're
you're
gonna
gonna find out. So
We've even spoke about it. Like, I think we even said the one day, we were like, as much as we want to be transparent, there's guys in the industry you want to be friends with. And we made sure we're friends with those ones. 'Cause
Yeah.
even if there's something happening there, I didn't see it. I'm turning a blind eye. I
Now-
don't want to be part of that.
Now, when it comes to certain cases concerning Cape Town, only when I move, like when I move out of Cape Town, right, I will expose the hell out of the guys in Cape Town. But like I told that lady that was helping me, like find my gate this morning for the flight, the guys in Cape Town have such small egos. Like you just, like the example earlier, you just look at them and they would be like, "You think it's van jou aan." You understand? So me making videos about them and exposing them is like literally putting myself in harm's way. But the moment they come at me like sideways, I know, I got you.
Kiash asking a very good question for Rydall. What are your hopes for the industry and its future?
My hopes for the industry and its future, it's should never ever be twisted. It is very simple and straightforward. My hopes for this industry is that the industry would be a safe space for traders to come and make money.
Yeah.
Simple.
Tsepo, I don't think Rydall will go from trader to mentor. Let me just put it to you guys this way. I've been in the retail space. I've worked with a lot of brokers offshore, locally, and on the back end as well, business development, all of that. Here's the thing with brokers. If a broker wants to do bad business, I don't care if he's FCA regulated, SISEC, FSCA. If a broker wants to do bad business, they're going to do bad business. That's the unfortunate thing in the broker space. As much as we partner with brokers, as much as we endorse certain brokers, at any stage, Chad, we don't control the brokers. At any stage, a broker can pull a fast one. Whether they've got 10 regulatory bodies regulate them. I've seen it so many times. I've sit with guys that have been literally, let's call it grandfathers in the industry. That's been in the industry when I was still even at school. And I always asked him, and I said, listen to the broker. And he told me, he said, Chris, a guy from the US, he said it's simple. If a broker wants to do bad business, they're going to do bad business. There's even brokers in the EU that do bad business. They pay their 10 million euro fine every year, but they still do the same thing over and over because there's a loophole. They pay that 10 million euro with a smile because they know on the other end there's say 100 million euros. So just keep that in mind that as much as we talk about brokers, no broker is really your friend. Let me just put it that way.
Yeah,
People
so-
are not going to like that, but just want to
So
put
I've
it out
got
there.
a question from Dorito, but I'm going to do a little bit of a mix on it. So he's like, what is the craziest story you've ever had to cover about the industry? I think let's rather go with like, was there ever one of these guys you've covered where, like when you started doing your investigating, there was even things you pulled up, you thought you were like, damn, I didn't even think it was this bad.
That was with when I exposed Oompie. Oompie, his real name is David Kibido, Toos Rivier. He scammed, like I said earlier, a lot of elderly people out of their sasas and stuff like that. But for me, it was like, you're scamming old people, that's bad. What else can I find? And then when I dug, I actually saw that one of the people that was invested with him, okay, let me rather say it like this. So obviously, the fourth power investment thing that he had going on fell flat, right? His wife got shot at, right? And the reason why I'm saying that is because while his wife got offered easily, a family invested into fourth power investments. The woman gave a pension off that she worked for her whole life, just like that. And her husband, who passed away 2 years prior, left her a huge chunk of money. And she just took a nest egg just like that, put it into OMP. News came out that your investment fell through, and the lady killed her one son. She tried to kill her twins. They survived, and then she pulled the gun on herself and she killed herself.
Holy
Sure.
crap.
Just Google Anissa Erison for me.
Sure.
Yeah.
Just Google Anissa Erison. You will see it.
Some guys asking just Rydall your own personal trading journey. And I think it's more also to do with you've obviously also gone through ups and downs. How's your own personal trading journey been, and what has been some of the elements in your trading that you struggle with, or still to this day? Like I told the guys, for me, for instance, it's that ego thing. Every day you have to bury that ego. You have to respect the opponent. That's the market. But for you, your personal trading journey, give us a little bit of the ups and downs, the pros, the cons, and let's just touch on that a bit.
Before I do that, Keeks, Anissa, you spell it A-N-E-E-S-A, and Arison, it's A-R-R-I-S-O-N, and then you just type in Fourth Power Investment after that, and you should get it. Concerning my own trading journey, so I started the 12th of November 2017. The following year, I was able to leave my job February month, and that was because I used to take my laptop with me to Spur. Now, there's times in Spur that it would be quiet and it would give me obviously...
It literally pops up as the first thing. Murder, suicide, mom lost savings in a legit Ponzi scheme.
Sure, that's terrible.
So that was the case to me. That was like... I don't know if you... Have you guys watched The Big Short?
Yeah.
Now, there's a part in the beginning of the movie where Michael Baum is talking to his brother, and then his brother's just not there on the phone anymore because his brother jumped off the building.
Oh, yeah.
And for me, that was like, why would you jump off you can just remake the money. And then I came across this case and it was like, so this really happens.
Yeah.
But back to the question. So left my job 2018 because I became profitable. And it wasn't profitable like thousands, like massive thousands. So my salary at Spur would max out at about 3,500 Rand per month if I worked extra shifts. And
Waiter now.
Yes. Okay. And so obviously what saved us there was the tips, right? So made that, and then the say the first week of January, right, which is a really odd time. I don't trade the first week of January now with the experience that I have, but back then, obviously, like I said, I'm a newbie. It's honger for geld. Jy wil nie daar wees. You just want to do this for your boss, like, you know. And I struggled, and then I made the breakthrough where it was a case of, I'm not looking at my lab. So the problems that I had was impatience. I was very impatient. I expected that I would analyze the market now, enter the trade now, and 20 minutes from now, it's mad profits, right? But obviously it didn't work like that. So what that saved me was one day we got busy over lunchtime, right, in Spur. So obviously I couldn't get to my laptop because it was table on table, right? So what that meant was I'm away from it. I'm not seeing that stress. Shift is over. I'm busy to go cash up. I open my laptop, 3 positions, and I'm saying, what? 2,500? But this is then my normal salary if I don't take extra shifts. Came back the next day, did the same thing, didn't make as much money though, but one of the friends that was with me, Jade, aka Bubbles, shout out to you, Jade, she was always there and she was like, het jy geld gemaak. And eventually, het jy geld gemaak turned into is jou resignation letter al klaargeskryf. And it happened purely because, like I said, the shop got busy that day. I couldn't get to my laptop, but when I got done, I realized for 4 hours
you were making money.
I couldn't touch my laptop. So what I should do from this point forth, when I place a trade, close my laptop and I continue. Set and forget. There's it. Continue working. Focus on my work. When I'm done with my shift, done making my actual money that pays me right now, I can come back and check what I did.
You know, the best thing is that it forces you to take the emotions out because you're not watching the trade. And I can relate with that. Was just because purely when I was a barman, I was trading at that time. And it's the same thing. You have your times like in the morning. It's slow. You sit there, take a few trades, you watch it. But when that afternoon shift comes, that happy hour,
I think
up and down. You can't watch and monitor that trade.
I think I discovered something big here. You said something similar. You were working, sit and forget. Myself too. So maybe, Chad, if you're struggling, there's something there for you. Don't
sit and forget.
Don't marry your screen.
Why?
I
Set the stop loss, set the TP, and let that thing run.
and then you move, because the thing is this, what people don't understand is people, I don't know if you guys have realized that lately in this industry people are becoming hateful towards a stop loss, but the stop loss is there to protect
Yeah,
you. It's
that's-
part of your risk
if
management.
somebody says trade without a stop loss, run away.
Run
please.
away
Please
immediately.
run away.
immediately.
Okay, I also have a question for you. You trade. If I may ask, what strategy do you use? The reason also why I'm asking this is because there's a lot of like things said about ICT or retail trading or
SMC.
what's your thoughts around that?
So basically, I'm still trading what Ruan and Quentin taught me, which is what was known back then as major key, but it's most much just technical analysis.
So like key levels.
Yes,
Key levels.
supporting
Okay.
resistance and
Very
trend
similar,
lines.
Okay.
basically.
Adrian Trades Live said, Rydall, what's your thoughts on prop firms? I don't think you've really touched on the prop
prop
firm
firms.
space. What is your feeling on them? Okay, yeah, we'll okay.
On prop firms is a very great help to people. I believe that some prop firms are out there to really help you. But then when you look at what Clint has been doing, it is very clear that the prop firm industry needs that regulation, which it is going to get right now. And after the regulations, the skirminkles, if I can call them
We'll
that,
get out. Yeah.
they will be worked out, because they won't fit the requirements basically to have that. So the prop firm industry is a really great opportunity for people to leverage, because I mean, in what world will you have someone that's telling you, give me 3,000, I will give you access to this amount of capital, what you make is on you. Now that is most definitely a win-win. You just got to make sure that you do enough work to tip the win more to your side.
Yeah.
And you can only do that with hard work.
Yeah, like I always said to guys, the thing for me is once you're starting off, I always said you want that first trading experience. You're going to learn that from the little accounts that you start doing, you start growing and slowly growing your own capital. But when you take that and you start doing prop firms, I always say to people, everyone's so scared about, but the regulations and the rules, they're so tight to make you. I said, they're not. It's not tight. It's not hard at all. Like
Actually
the
makes you
guys
a better trader.
It makes you a better trader. And the guys that hate it is because they can't over leverage. They
There's
can't
a-
over
yes,
leverage and they
there's
can't
a-
put the whole account on one bloody trade.
Chad, let me put it to you this way. We've talked about it a lot of times. A lot of people have this misconception that you are only a good trader if you make 400% in a month.
Ooh, facts.
And here's my thing. The only reason why you're trying to make 400% is because you only have 500 Rand to put in a trading account. And you need to like flip that 5 times over. But what the prop firm allows you to do is you can make 3%. You can build a prop firm history. You can get funded, say, with $500,000. Make 3%. That's life-changing money.
True.
And that is one thing that guys don't realize. You are not a bad trader. You don't have to make 50% a month. That's the biggest bullshit in the industry. You just need to get more capital to trade with to make 2, 3, 4% a month. And to make that is a brilliant return. Let's not take that away. Where we've come into this industry now, where we see these forex gurus flipping accounts. But what they don't show you is they go long on the one account, go short on the other one. They only show you the winner. It's technically a break even, but they're showing you this winner. They're using it for marketing. You don't need 500% a month. You just need more capital, and that should be your outlook.
Factual.
I think we're gonna close it off. I didn't even realize we were 2 hours in. Rydall, firstly, I do want to thank you. Firstly, apologies that we had to literally in a matter of 10 minutes back up the entire system. Our substation blew in our area. We had to rush everything here. I was sweating here. It looked like I was playing a rugby game. Caitlin was nervous. I thought she's asking an urban hall for her, and she gave it to me, saying like, I'm stressed. But Rydall, I really appreciate it, taking the time out to fly down to us, come and visit us. I think it's the first of many. We're going to see how we can collaborate.
I think definitely because that's part of the goals. We got Chris and myself got the sports cars coming up this year. So when
Hey,
the sports
hey,
cars come out, we'll fly you down to come do that review.
Yes.
I am waiting with bated breath, guys.
And so any closing remarks? I think we're just going to run around here if there's any questions.
I think
or
Chris, you should maybe
anything.
update the chat regarding New York
I
stream.
was gonna say, are we trading New York? Because
Chad,
to basically
it's
get all this
literally-
down, we're gonna be late for that.
No,
stream.
Chad, unfortunately, like I mentioned, everything didn't go as to plan. We came to my house. We're actually going off here at 4 now, the electricity here. So we're going to pack this up. We're going to head back to the office. We're going to reset this up for tomorrow's stream. Unfortunately, no NYSE stream.
Unfortunately, but guys, I think today was special. So
Yeah, it
today
was
special.
it was something that we've planned for months, and that's why I told Mo and everybody. I said, pack everything up. We're not going to miss the time. We're not going to have ESCOM ruin the party. This is the thing about the enemy. The enemy will try and stop you for doing good, but we just transitioned. But yeah, any closing remarks, Jeff? You didn't say much. You were just looking like you were in love with
Oh no,
Rydall.
because I know like the conversation I was gonna have with Rydall would go way off.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
so I'm just honored to be in your presence. I mean, we had conversations off camera. I believe you know what I stand for, and it's not the place, you know. But other than that, guys, thank you the chat as well for helping us grow. It's been an amazing journey so far.
Keegs, any closing?
Yeah, I just want to say, shout to the big man for coming down. Again, I appreciate the support. I think we, like I said myself personally, I honestly wasn't in your journey the whole time, but I am a big fan of what you do now. And I think, you know what, guys, it goes back to what we've said the whole time. In this industry, it's not a case of I have to outdo you. There's enough room for all of us at the top, and that's where we're all going. So the real ones will stick together, and we'll all see each other there.
Like we said, our thing with the industry is we don't necessarily want to divide. We want to bring people together. We want to do initiatives for the trader. We want to do initiatives that's gonna help businesses. Obviously, a broker is still a business. There is a middle ground to have a healthy relationship between a client and a broker. There is the opportunity for mentors to come together. And I always fall back on this. And again, Chad, let's not get into the religious thing, but if you look at the Muslim religion, they do this very well, coming together. Let's say all of us were Muslim brothers and we had businesses. If we see that Rydall is struggling, we're all going to club together and we're going to say, listen here, let's help Rydall. If Keegan is struggling, and I don't know where we get this mentality in South Africa where I need to break Rydall's business down for my business to elevate.
Yeah.
Where, again, like Keegan said, there's the opportunity for all of us to come together and rather have that force of good outshine the force of bad. And not everyone pulling in their own direction, but rather saying, okay, let's take hands, let's pull into the same direction. We're going to be a lot more effective. We can do a lot better work. And ultimately, that's where we're going.
But you know what, Chris? Hulle weet nie wat ons weet
Hey,
nie.
ek dog hulle sê hulle weet nie wat ons eet nie. But Chad, I think it's a good one. And again, we'll do some more of this. I think the next one we'll actually travel up to Cape Town again. We'll get some other guests as well. We still have some ideas with Rydall moderating. And again, for some of the guys, if you were called out or you felt offended, let's get on a call. Let's meet up. Let's chat a little bit.
But there will definitely be some future more collaborations with Rydall.
Yeah, definitely. And Chad, Rydall is a unit. He's a lot taller than I thought. He's a short guy. With a little bit of conditioning, this man could have been a very strong six flanker. I don't know if you played rugby back in the day.
I did actually.
You did?
On high school, yeah.
What did you play?
Position number 3.
Okay, but I could easily see Rydall on the 6 on the open side flank.
Oh no, I can run. Just like that.
Mo, anything from your side? If you want to grab the mic here, you come sit here. We didn't even give Mo. This is the Rainbow Nation.
Actually had a
sit here.
camera for him,
Come
and
sit
then
here.
I don't know what happened to it.
Come sit here on my lap, brother.
Caitlin, you'll do this session.
Let's show them this.
Our boy is coming in, yeah.
Unfortunately, we couldn't even get Mo in, but it was Mo. Just give us. Did you grow a little bit with this experience today? With the way we needed to rush.
I think in terms of production, it definitely tells me and solidifies that we have, bro, we've leveled up. We managed to take this setup. Oh, must I?
Get in the camera.
No.
Yeah.
Keegan is he threatened me in the office. Anyway, now you know what? In terms of production, I'm proud of us. We got this done. Okay, we had to carry the entire setup, like from the office in like 5 minutes. We packed every cable, dude, but we got it done. We showed up. It worked out in the end. If anything, this has been our best podcast.
In terms of concurrent, yeah.
In terms of concurrent viewers, you guys enjoyed it so much. We ran over 2 hours.
I think it flowed very. Did it at any stage feel like 2 hours?
No.
I was checking his whole time telling you 1 hour.
Nah, you know what? It was great though. I really had fun, Chad. Currently, I'm stressing it. Yeah, dude, it was a lot. But I'm glad we're here.
Mostly, who's your guest? Chad, like we mentioned, somebody asked like why, like for instance, last week with Caitlin and them, we mentioned that, and again, Keegan mentioned this morning, interviewing successful people in various different fields. There's a golden thread that runs through everybody that's in a certain industry. So, for instance, if Mo is going to bring somebody on that's creative, for instance, I've got a guest that I want to bring on that's an actor. He's on TV. He's got his own production company. Again, he doesn't know a lot about trading, but again, it brings that aspect of he's in business. Some of his shows are on DSTV. So again, it's not a case of always trading. We already do 6 hours of live trading a day. There needs to be a differentiation. We don't only want to be like the live streamers. We want to bring a little bit of a mix. So Mo, you up next with your guest.
Bro, I'm thinking I have really great guests, but
so
none of them are in
them.
PE. Like, I'm talking solid people in the industry who will
let's get
have
them
that
on.
right info to grow
But
us and everyone else.
But again, Chad, really want to thank you guys. As mentioned, without you guys, this is not possible. And I think Rydall also mentioned it before. We really value each and every viewer. We value each and every subscriber. You guys liking our content, sharing it, and supporting us. So really big thank you to all of you guys. And we will see you tomorrow morning, opening bell, 9:30.
Hold on, we didn't get any goodbyes from Rydall. I wanted
Rydall
to sign us out.
Rydall, sign us off.
I was giving the last goodbye.
Okay, so firstly, thank you so much for inviting me. It's really been a pleasure. I have learned so much, not only from the team in how you trade and seeing like the setup, but also from a production standpoint. I remember I told you, like, if you see me asking many questions, just know that I am in the works of trying to level up my setup, and your setup is where I'm trying to be at. So, firstly, thank you for that. Thank you for having me. And if you guys ever invite me again, don't even ask me. Just tell me, Rydall, this time and that time, be here. I will most definitely stick it.
You know what we do, guys? I think next time we make it a thing for the man. You do it properly. You come down, we have him here for like a weekend. We do some content together. We know we said the whole thing about you obviously the industry are. Then you make it a plan, a holiday, and you bring the family with.
Maybe one of the trade to survive special guests, trade to survive for that long form. Chad, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna give Rydall those 5 prop firm accounts, and Rydall, you can use it however you want in terms of the giveaway. You can run however you want to, and we'll chat off stream just the process. But Chad, I'm gonna give Rydall those 5 accounts for him to give away. He can run it on his platform. He can give it to you guys, and again, let's follow the progress. Give us feedback. Let's see whether one of you guys. I know one of the guys that actually was on the giveaway got to a phase 2. Unfortunately, blew out. But
like congratulations, a bit early.
But yeah, we're gonna give that to Rydall, and then hopefully we can bless somebody. Whoever is deserving of it will get that account. And again, you don't have to take the trades on your own. You've got the opening bell. You've got the NYSE session. I don't know how some of you guys have been trading with us. I've done like 3-4 phases of challenges, and some of you are still blowing. I don't know, what are you doing in between? It's either you machine gunning or you're not listening to what we're doing. But anyways, keep it easy, keep it tight, and we'll see you guys tomorrow morning, 9:30 opening bell. Peace and love, man.